I'ma only tell the truth, no cap, and you hate that. I'm 100 proof, keep it real, no rat. Stay strapped, double tap, let me draw a map, case you wanna test that. I'm a redneck, cracker ass country pimp. I got my seat lean back, walking with a limp. Square body in the drive, heater on my hip. Kentucky clear in my jaw, let me take a sip. Skull ring in the seat of my blue jeans. Flat top on the wall, hanging next to me. I just wanna make music, it's my therapy. But I use a hollow point, both till do the surgery. You don't wanna cross me unless you want your life changed. That's your respect if you show less, I'll leave you scatterbrained. I stand up for me and mine is ride or die thing. Put me on Front Street, you'll probably get your veins drained. Big facts, I'ma only tell the truth, no cap, and you hate that. I'm 100 proof, keep it real, no rat. Stay strapped, double tap, let me draw a map, case you wanna test that. Big facts, I'ma only tell the truth, no cap, and you hate that. I'm 100 proof, keep it real, no rat. Stay strapped, double tap, let me draw a map, case you wanna test that. Gotta keep my circle cinched tight like the noose around the neck of all the haters scheming cause I'm letting loose. They may try me but they can't deny me all the things I've worked for, prayed for, climbing cause I got the juice. I'm a no dog learning new tricks in the sticks, gaining clicks, a little funk country in the mix. Born a hick, not a lick, keep it slick like my drip, dropping dimes like I play for the lyrics. I know I don't fit the rap god mold, trust me I've been told, honestly the story is getting old. But I got soul in my flow and my blood runs cold, you can't get me off my game, no I'm too strong. Look, I'd rather sit around the campfire and throw some hands, sip a beer with my dog, but hope you understand. My kindness ain't a weakness, I was raised in Dixieland. You be a bitch, I flip the switch and then I touch your sand. Big facts, I'ma only tell the truth, no cap, and you hate that. I'm 100 proof, keep it real, no rat. Stay strapped, double tap, let me draw a map, case you wanna test that. Big facts, I'ma only tell the truth, no cap, and you hate that. I'm 100 proof, keep it real, no rat. Stay strapped, double tap, let me draw a map, case you wanna test that. Big facts, I'ma only tell the truth, no cap, and you hate that. I'm 100 proof, keep it real, no rat. Stay strapped, double tap, let me draw a map, case you wanna test that. Big facts, I'ma only tell the truth, no cap, and you hate that. I'm 100 proof, keep it real, no rat. Stay strapped, double tap, let me draw a map, case you wanna test that. Big facts.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What it is, everybody. What it is. I'm so glad to be back doing this. Last week, I was in Wichita hanging with Kansas Rebel Man, so I didn't do a live show, and it's good to be back in the seat, you know, with the lights going. I've got that feeling. I'm excited about tonight's show because I think that a lot of you that watch this are going to fall in love with this dude. I've got Blake Banks on tonight. Awesome artist. Guy's dripping with style. I was impressed, and I think you guys are going to be also. So without further ado, here my boy. What up, Mr. Banks?
Going on,
Oh, man, you know, like I said, I'm glad to be back in the seat because I didn't do a show last week. I was in Wichita,
yeah.
but yeah, I'm glad we got this. What's that?
What's going on in Kansas?
Man, it's hot. It's hot.
Bro, I got you beat. I just got back from Arizona.
Yeah,
I literally walked in the door and hopped on from you. Arizona, I hopped on stage and I said, I was, you know, I'm from the Midwest. We talk about the weather, you know, that's a common subject, you know. But down there, it's just like, I said, like, there isn't shit to talk about. It's just hot as fuck every day.
Always hot.
Like, what are you talking about? There's no rain. There's no rain. It's just hot.
Yeah. Well, today is actually beautiful. But, yeah, we've had some pretty hot weeks the last couple of weeks. I think last weekend it was like 107 or something, and it was rough. But you know, in Arizona, it gets a hell of a lot hotter than that.
You're working on your tan? You got a nice tan going on?
Always. A farmer tan. You can see, it looks like my feet wear G-strings because I have permanent flip-flop tan lines. I've had them my whole life. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Blake Banks. You guys, we've got the chat stream up here, so if you guys want to ask him any questions, then please hit it up in there, and we'll make sure we'll twist his arm, make him answer it. I am excited because you've been around for a while, dude. Like, your YouTube like you got videos all the way back 6 years,
Yeah,
right?
it goes further too. I used to rap under a different name. So I've
Oh,
really been rapping since I was like 16 around the Midwest and the whole Midwest circuit.
right.
And I used to rap under the name Black Lung.
Black lung,
Yeah, it wasn't that marketable, but you know,
but
but
you know,
yeah,
it's a catchy name. Do you have stuff on YouTube under that
you
name?
can find it. You can find it. So right
Oh,
here, you heard it first. Uncle Tur, you want to dig up some old Blake Banks, some retro Blake Banks? Go find Black Lung. You can find the White Boy Wasted. We started a lot of things that are kind of going on
right.
right now with what you see. You know what I mean? Through
Okay.
what we were doing. I was touring with G
Uh huh.
Easy back then, Riff Raff and stuff like that. So I've been in tune with a lot of these other artists for quite a while now.
Oh, we're definitely gonna play some Black Lung tonight. But tell us about. I want to hear like you were talking about rapping since you were 16. I want to hear about you kind of coming up and growing up and deciding you wanted to do music, and who were your influences that really made you want to do that?
Okay. So we start like this. My dad is a musician. He works with. He's done music his whole life. You know, since the age of 12.
Mm-hmm.
And he works now with the Cash Estate, and he has the largest Johnny Cash tribute show. You know,
Oh
so he
wow.
works with the Cash family, and that's what he does. So growing up, seeing my dad play, he kind of does a different little circuit than I do. You know, it's kind of older crowd and stuff like that. But he never wanted me to get into music. You know,
Right.
because he's always on the road. His whole life's on the road. You know, so he wanted me to go to college and stuff like that. But you know, like even since 4, I was hopping up on stage with him. Like
Right.
one of my main huge influences is Sawyer Brown. Like
Oh, okay.
I thought I was Mark Miller. Like from like age 4 to like probably like 8. Like you know, like in there you can tell in my music that it has a lot of like Sawyer Brown type of influence with the bop and the pop. You know what I mean? Poppiness
Yeah.
of it. So yeah, Sawyer Brown. And then as I got older, I mean, I was 9 years old when Eminem dropped the Slim Shady LP. So like, you know, like, can you imagine that being a 9-year-old? Like that was like,
Right.
like, so that was a huge influence on me because like before that I would listen to Master P, but when I saw like a dude like Eminem kind of like I could like relate to, I was like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like, and he's saying all this crazy stuff, you know, and sarcasm and stuff like that I also put into my music. You know, stuff like that. And then yeah, Eminem, then I started recording my own music at age 12 by then.
Oh,
So
nice.
once I was able to plug in a computer mic, because I'm growing up around dial-up and shit like that, around the internet, you know. And so
I had
got a
I used a 4-track recorder with a
yeah.
cassette.
Okay, that's super old school. Yeah, that yeah. So where I had it was we just because with the Cool Edit Pro, I think was the program then. So we would download like Cool Edit Pro, and you'd get a beat off of SoundClick.com, you know. And man, I'm putting these kids on game, you know. You get a beat off something like SoundClick or MP3.com, and you'd plug your computer mic in there, and you would track it, and then
Right.
upload it on there, and you know.
Wow.
I was already basically distributing my own music at like 13 years old without
Selling
even knowing.
mixtapes.
I was,
That's awesome.
and then by the time MySpace hit, I was booking my
Yeah.
own shows at 16. You
Yeah.
know?
That's awesome. What up, Kyrese? Kyrese is he's a rapper. He's from Kansas, but he lives in Colorado now. He's dope. He's got an old school feel that is just natural. He's too young. He's too young to have learned it. It just comes natural to him. So
That's what's up. That's what's up.
yeah, my brother had a PlayStation, like the original one, and he got some game that was basically just a beat sequencer.
Yeah, some kids had that.
Oh,
Yeah.
we messed around on that thing for hours making
Dude,
beats.
I met a guy one time that had it. It was like, I made all my beats. And we're like, how? And he's like, on my PlayStation. We're like, what?
And we were like, damn. You know, I mean, we thought they were the shit. Yeah, that's awesome. But you do what you gotta do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what the time. That's all we had at the time, and and even with you guys with the 4-track recorder, that's what you guys did before us,
Yeah.
Is a more analog,
Yeah, and that was the internet had just become a thing. A lot of people didn't have it in their house, let alone cell phones weren't even around. So
yeah.
But
and it costed more money to make music back then, to go to a studio to bang something out, like so there's less competition, I guess you could say,
Yeah, and you never got to hear about independent artists that weren't in your area or just happened to tour through your area.
I mean, growing up, like, you were in the Midwest, so you knew about ICP and Tech Nine and
right.
Atmosphere and groups like that, so like you knew it was possible, but
see, I guess I never knew those guys were independent. I don't know why, it just never crossed my mind.
Yeah.
And to know that they are is ridiculous. I mean, there's some independent artists out there that are just, it's unbelievable what they built.
That's the key to get it to the point where you need the label. People say fuck the label after they get all the services from the label. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't have had all your following. You know what I mean? You need the label sometimes to get following, agents on tours and stuff like that. Independent's hard, man. Thugging it out and networking and stuff like that. That's what I do. And it's not easy. It's not for people that like being told no.
Right.
Or told don't like hearing no.
Yeah. So we heard about your influence and stuff. What made you decide that you want to be an artist? Like that final decision, you're like, "Yep, I'm doing it."
Okay. So I was always doing it,
Mm-hmm.
So then I think where the thing was like go to college because you need a plan B,
Right.
And it got to the point where I was touring so much in college and like working a part-time job to afford to go to college, and I didn't even know what the fuck I was going to college for.
Right.
I'm going to college for marketing, but really I'm marketing myself as an artist this whole time, and I'm like going broke to just go to college.
You're taking entrepreneurship lessons,
so like I had to stop and think like shit, like I can always go back to college. Like I can't keep my momentum going like this,
Yeah.
That's something, you lose your momentum, that's it.
You got to start over.
That's a lot to start over,
Yeah.
And I commend anybody that does that shit. That's a lot of, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I know the artist that I think of that I know has done that is Broadnax.
Mm-hmm.
And his story is pretty amazing as far as he was getting it, and then it fell apart, and then he changed his life, worked his ass off, and got it back.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and
and that's what's cool is, and with an artist, like you can like see like, okay, like and then he came back. It's like you're following their stories. Like you can go from my Black Lung all the way. You watch me grow up. That's what it is. Like, looking back, I might not like it, but it's like shit. I damn near wrote a book about my whole life without,
Well,
it's just like a tale of everything I've done.
Let's play some Black Lung. What song should I play?
Yeah, Heartless.
Heartless.
There should be a video of that one. This is super underground hip hop.
I love that.
It's got like vinyl cuts on it. Like this is like like straight made with the MPC, everything.
You said Black Lung, Heartless.
Yeah.
The Covert Empire.
Yep. Look at the year on that. What's the year on that?
10 years ago.
Yep. 10 years ago, I was dropping music videos.
bro. I didn't. I was surprised.
I think that was like my first one.
I was surprised when I found out you had been doing it for 6 years.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So here we go then, ladies and gentlemen.
God, don't play this whole thing.
Oh no. Here we go. Yeah, that's dope as hell.
They wanna front while they play the back. I'm rolling up a blunt with a bitch on my lap. Smoking on some skunk, dipped in all black. Never know when I'm drunk, cause I'm always sipping jack. My liver trashed and my lungs is tar. 6-pack and a gun in the car. They give me that cause I come so far. Led them to my trap, now I'm up in the bar.
It's got like a Beastie Boys type feel to me.
Yeah.
Especially with that boom bap in the back, in the beat.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. That's
Yeah.
that's the kind of how I rap.
That's what I was making for a while, I came up making because the early 2000s rap was whack. Like the underground was cracking like artists like Immortal Technique, you know what I mean? I don't know if you're familiar with them. Necro, just, you know what I mean? Other independent artists making just stuff like that. Darker stuff.
Right. Yeah. Have you ever listened to, like the stuff that I used to listen to? I loved West Coast stuff. Mostly because I love funk music, like George Clinton and the Funkadelic and that kind of stuff.
Hell yeah.
And then, the West Coast used a lot of those funk samples. And so I immediately got drawn to that. And then I started listening to a lot of East Coast stuff, like DOS Effects and Diggable Planets. There's one more. Oh, A Tribe Called Quest. And they all have that boom bap. Boom, boom, bap,
Yeah.
boom, boom. Yeah. I love
It
that
makes you
stuff.
not. It makes your head go like this.
Yeah.
Like that's what it. Yeah. Like and I still like going to hip hop shows. Like if Daz Effects comes into town and it's down the street, I'm going. Like Binary Star, artists like that, like old hip hop. I'm going to. Because I know there's not going to be not that many people there, and I'm gonna be able to enjoy myself.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's going to be good, and that's it's so frustrating. I love trap beats. I love gangster beats. I love all that, but I really love boom bap sample beats with
But the work that goes into it. You know the work that goes into it, and and it's just not that. It's digging the record. It's the equipment. It's being hands on with it. There's so many things. You know what I mean? That make the analog. Rather than the kid doing the thing with the thing and Fruity Loops.
Right.
But
cut and paste.
But either way, it's a groove. It's like. We can't, being older and coming from that, we can't look back and be like, these kids should go make beats.
Right. Oh, well, back then.
No, that's what I'm saying.
You'd have killed. You'd have killed to have this shit.
Yeah, I think it sounds better. I think music has definitely de-evolved. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Kinda.
Yeah.
So, but I think it goes in waves and it's getting better, and it's just You see every now and then, like, an artist will really surprise me. You know what I mean? A young artist will really bring back an old, like that girl, Billie Eilish,
Yeah.
Really talented. Random. She's like, what, like 16 or 18?
Yeah, she made her way on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
I mean, the internet, I feel like I say this every show. The internet has changed the music game and even the television game. How many people do you know that they don't have cable? They have Netflix, Hulu, and YouTube. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, that's where we are. And if I want to watch news, I can find live news on YouTube.
On
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah. So why am I going to pay $70 for some cable?
I can watch. I'm pretty sure MSN.com uploads it.
Yeah.
On YouTube.
So, and then you got to watch commercials while you're paying for the cable.
Yep.
Now, YouTube shows have ads on them, but I get to watch that for free, so I don't necessarily mind watching the ads.
And at least you know your money's going to another creator.
Right.
You're watching that.
Exactly. Exactly. All right, man. So what caused you to switch up kind of your styles between Black Lung and it seems like, and that's the only Black Lung I've ever heard, just making sure you know that. But now your stuff is a lot more musical. I mean,
Yeah.
It's still rap, and it's still hip-hop, but it has a lot more of a musical element to it. And
Yeah,
that
I'm
is
getting-
probably
I'm
because
getting-
you're maturing as a musician. But
You figured it out. That's it, bro. That's it. That's all it is. That's all it is.
yeah,
I'm listening. I'm going back and listening to shit like Blue Oyster Cult, fucking old Skinner, bro. And I'm getting like The Cure, and I'm getting different. And I'm into different stuff, bro. I'm not listening to the new rap, so. And I'm not 21 anymore, you know? Diamond necklaces and cars don't really impress me like they used to, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of look for something else when I'm looking for music to get my inspiration going, you know?
right.
So just age, you know what I mean? That's all it was.
Yeah.
I want to make some different sounding shit. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't like, this isn't working, let's try this, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it was just like, man, like, this is how I'm feeling, and, you know? Like,
Yeah, you grow as an artist.
Yeah.
I've played guitar for 36 years, written a ton of songs on an acoustic guitar, and I've been in several bands, and then I listened to hip hop. I grew up listening to hip hop, and then I stopped once I grew up, and it was like I love the beats.
You just don't relate to it as much
But
anymore.
I can't, because I don't live. Here's a news flash for everybody. Uncle Turtle never lived a gangster lifestyle like Snoop Dogg.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But I'll jam his shit. I just couldn't relate to the lyrics, you know?
Yeah.
And so when I started hearing all these country rappers, 4 years ago, I was like, I can relate to that. And so I felt
I didn't even know about any of these country rappers till like 6 months ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is kind of a new, I knew about Yellow Wolf. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yellow Wolf. And I have some friends that work with him, and I knew that he kind of did his thing, and then I've seen Ryan Upchurch, and I was like, what the fuck? This
Right.
kid's got, you know what I'm saying? And then I started talking to Chad from Blue Moon, his
Right.
booking company, you know what I mean? Chad and them, they're great people.
That's
And,
Redneck Nation, right?
Huh?
Is that Redneck Nation? Is that clothing?
Chad from Blue Moon Booking. I think it's his
Oh,
booking.
yeah, okay, yeah.
So, I had talked to him, and I had seen that, the dates they were doing and shit like that, and I was like, shit. And then I played a show with Struggle Jennings in Joliet.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and it was amazing, the feedback we got and shit like that. So I was like, damn, you know what I mean? It's basically kind of the same type of music that I do, except they're from Nashville and I'm from Illinois.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't have a fake Southern accent. I'm not gonna come with no fake Southern accent or nothing like that. But it's just our music kind of blends together in the same type of it accompanies each other well. You know.
Yeah.
And I think
The
working with
same
somebody-
types of people. It's
Yeah.
different.
They like their music, like
Yeah.
my music.
Yep. Absolutely.
I knew about Jelly Roll. I knew about Jelly Roll since, you know what I mean, that 9-minute freestyle way back. You know, I knew about Jelly Roll, but I didn't know he was still even making music.
Right.
This motherfucker is the biggest you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. See, selling out the Grand Ole Opry.
Huh?
He sold out the Grand Ole. That's crazy.
Yeah. I've been talking to Jelly Roll's team, so hopefully we got a track with me and Jelly Roll coming soon.
Oh, nice. That'd be awesome. He's one of those, like, there's, in my head, in my opinion, there's 4 or 5 guys that I think are the top guys. Like, if you get to do a song with them, it's like a once in a lifetime thing. But
yeah.
So you played a show last night in Arizona.
Yep.
And did you drive all the way back to Illinois today?
Dude, I hopped on here. Yep. My lady, we woke up, rolled out the bed, 7 hours, straight back to LA. Oh man.
Oh, so you live in LA now?
I hopped on a Zoom with Uncle Turtle.
Yes. So you live in LA now?
I live in Los Angeles now, yes.
Alrighty.
Yep.
So talk about your current stuff. Like, I want to play. Gold is your latest, right?
Yeah, Gold, yeah.
That's not my favorite.
Okay.
I like Gold. I like Gold a lot.
Dude, dude, that one, like, I don't know. Everybody likes that one live. So Gold isn't my favorite. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really, some people say Gold is their favorite. I've had people that are really hard be like, man, I like Gold. Like, you got to make more stuff like Gold.
Yeah, I think it'd be, well, I'd love to hear any of them live. My favorite one is All Night Long. They both have that same kind of groove, you know what I mean? That same vibe with that, and it, you know, that 70s funk kind of.
I don't perform All Night Long because I think like it'll be like too. Everybody, what the fuck?
Really? Oh, I love that song.
It's probably one of my favorite videos that I released. I was playing the video for one of my homies last night, showing him, and my girl was like, "That's not one of your." I was like, "I like this. This one I think is one of my better ones. I like this one a lot."
I love that video. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, but my girl directs all my videos, and then I have my homie edit them. So we have a whole team where we just.
I love the videos. The videos that you put out are awesome. They very professional.
I just got back from up north by San Francisco, Big Sur. You ever heard of Big Sur?
Yeah.
National Park right there on the 1. I went in the Redwoods and I was shooting for my new music video. I got a new one coming out. Yep.
Well, that's cool. Well, I want to play All Night Long a little bit because I vibe with it hard, and but me coming from that loving 70s funk and R&B, and it has that same feel to it. I think that's why I like it.
You heard it's that love potion on her lips. You know what I mean? Like you already heard where I was, like where my mind was at with that song. You know? Yeah,
and there's one reference in this song. I think it's this one that the first time I heard it, I kind of laughed, and then in the ad lib in the song, you started laughing. So I was like, okay. All right, so this is Blake Banks, All Night Long. It's a vibe.
At Western Business Studios with my brother from another.
Brother
Banks, Blake Banks, with that new top 40. That new all night long. Coming at you strong.
And one
King
take.
Boogie. Alright.
I thought I told you, baby. Real gangsters don't dance.
The video's awesome.
All night, baby, all night long. I'm up and ready and I can't go to sleep. The helpers and they knock me off on my feet. Baby, don't you call him daddy, cause he's not like me. Don't you call him daddy, don't you call him at all. Just because he shoot a shot don't mean he know how to ball. Stuffing money in the mattress, had to rest in the wall. I brought a gun to a knife fight and started a brawl. Okay, I'm kicking down bikes outside of the bar. I light the parking lot on fire, then I hide in my car. She got scars on her wrist, love potion on her lips. Stay away from that bitch, stay away from that bitch. All night, baby, all night long. I'm up and at it and I can't go to sleep. That Herpes knocked me off on my feet. Baby, don't you call him daddy, cause he's not like me. Move your body, baby, move to the beat. Drop it low, shake that ass and repeat.
This vibe is awesome. Like, I dig that really hard. Like, I could cruise for a long time listening to that. And I'm gonna go ahead and play Part of Gold. Cause if I could put these on, I could put these back to back and just cruise and let them play over and over.
That's what I aim to do for you.
Yes, sir. Well, you did it, and I appreciate it. This is Blake Banks, Gold, his newest release. Go check it out. 1 month ago.
Well, I should've let go a long time ago. Learned everything that shines and gold. Keep passing it around.
I love that sample.
Say goodbye to the life we know. Wanna be the boss, you gotta pay the price. Babe, I gotta go home, I can't stay tonight. Yeah, I always been a hustler my whole life. I'm a gangsta ass white boy and your girlfriend type. What your daddy don't like, but your mama do. Baking chocolate chip cookies told me come right through. Ooh, you know I'm too hot to handle. See the girl on the gram, I think she stole my flam.
I love that line. I saw your girl on the gram. I think she stole my flannel.
She stole my flannel.
Yeah, I love that.
Down the barrel of a gun. If I let go, I fall into the sun. Well, I should've let go a long time ago. Learned everything that shines and gold. Keep passing it around till my mind is blown. And we can say goodbye to the life. Well,
that bar I was talking about is actually in this song.
Learned everything that shines and gold. Keep passing it around till my mind is blown. And we can say goodbye to the life. You know, I should've let go, should've jumped off a cliff. Knowing nothing in life but to be legit.
Right there.
Bitch, and now I'm rich. Stuffing hundreds.
When I heard that, nothing in life but to be legit, I was like, he knows. He knows.
Knowing nothing, but I said, but crime pays, bitch, and now
Right.
I'm rich.
Yeah. What song was that? There was.
That's EVE, bro.
Yeah. Ain't know nothing in life but to be legit. Don't punk me, boy, cause I ain't said shit.
That's why I said knowing nothing in life but to be legit.
Yes. I laughed when I heard that, and then the ad lib in the song laughs, and I was like, "Hey, we vibing on the same level." So what? Tell me what? Like you had a show in Arizona. I want to hear about that. How'd that go? I meant to message you earlier, but I forgot.
It was good. It was good.
Hey, Haley.
How you doing, Haley? I have a friend that one of my friends that I used to play shows with in Illinois relocated down to Tucson, and he basically runs the whole Tucson circuit now for booking artists. And he's got a new venue. At COVID's over. He's been throwing he threw it was like a play last night. So it was like a Western style, but street street style. And it had he set up a cactus and all these little things on the stage and stuff like that. And then had the artists come out, so it just wasn't a regular show. You know what I mean? It had a set.
Oh, cool.
It was totally cool. And the venue, it's called Solar Culture Gallery. It's totally dope. The guy has a bunch of handmade things that he's made in there. There's art for sale all over. So it's just a really cool vibe. And Tucson is a really, just really young,
like in Austin,
town.
Texas.
Huh? Yeah. No, Tucson, Arizona.
No, I was saying, is it kind of like in Austin, Texas, or?
Yeah. It's hipstery, you know,
Right.
hipstery and getting clean, you know, and there's University of Arizona there, so there's like a good market for concerts, you know, so a lot of artists will pass through there. But yeah, it was a great show, smaller show, you know, a lot of I think one of my friends headlined it, so it wasn't, you know,
Nice.
it was probably about 100 people there. It was a good time.
Huh.
Sold a lot of merchandise.
Oh, that's one of the things that I'm trying to wrap my head around is it's all in the independent game. It's all about multiple income streams, and so
You're doing it.
You just
You know
got
what to
to learn and keep going.
Yep.
So, what do you have planned for the future? What's the future of Blake Banks look like?
Okay, the future of Blake Banks. Okay, I have an online vintage boutique that I run and a YouTube channel that I travel around the world. I run this with my girlfriend, and we have huge like episodes that are 45 minutes long and stuff like that. You can check it out, Dead People Shit, on YouTube. And we sell like old concert T-shirts from the 70s to the early 2000s, you know, vintage Levi's, all types of cool shit, you know, all the way to mid-century modern.
Hey, I know. I think I know. You probably tell me if I'm right or wrong. I know how to tell the difference between vintage Levi's and not vintage Levi's.
How can you tell? I'm still learning. But this could be a test. I'm gonna get yelled at if I get this wrong. So tell me.
The E in the tag.
Okay. The E is the way to do it. But are you a pair of jeans? It has to say made in USA. They stopped making them in the United States in 1960, the 90s. So there has to be the made in the United States ones to do it. So you have to look inside the thing and that tag that's right there. But yeah, we sell lots of big E stuff. I met a guy that goes down in mines in Denver and gets all the old stuff, and he sold a pair for like $20,000. You know,
I watched a show on YouTube about that.
Yeah.
That if people stumble on like old mining uniforms and stuff, and it's a box full of old Levi's and
because they would take them off. And when they get wet, and leave them to hang to dry, you know, and then exchange them for another pair, and then, you know. So with my store, we went to Italy before the pandemic, Thailand, Bali, Mexico, around there. So I'm constantly trying to build up my store and stuff like that. And with Blake Banks, Blake Banks is a whole brand. So, you know, Blake Banks does everything, you know, from waking up in the morning to going to sleep. So I have necklaces on my website, like these
with the dice.
Necklaces.
I saw some with the dice. I like those.
Nice ones, and these sterling silver. There's the sterling silver, actual sterling silver, so it won't turn your neck green. Padlock ones too. So I designed these with my cousin in Colorado. And yeah, we got them for sale on my website. And I'm constantly coming up with new merch, just limited merch drops that I'm doing, booking shows. I got my album Risky Business coming out soon, you know.
Nice.
And I'm working out, you know, a situation to give it a good home and make sure it gets a good send off, you know. But just staying busy, just staying creative and playing shows.
You're a busy dude. You were an actor on a TV show, weren't you? No?
No. People say that. They think I look like the guy from Bates Motel. Pull him up. Matt, what are you doing right here? This is hilarious. Are you making fun of me?
No, like, I swear.
No, hell no. Dude, they're gonna... No,
I'm not.
I had guys come up with me and like, can my girlfriend take a picture with you? And we was somewhere, and this guy's like, I'm sorry you died. And I was like, what? And he's like, in the show. And I was like, huh? Pull him up. Max Theroid.
I'm trying to figure out what it was.
I'm thinking about hitting him up and see if we could work something out, you know? Like on the days where he's, you know, like, booked, Yeah, because he's got Bates Motel. He's getting some good money, bro.
Like, there's something that I saw that made me think you had a role on a television show. But it wasn't a picture. I have to figure out what it is. What's this dude's name?
Max Thieriot. MaxThieriot. You see it?
Look. It's Blake Banks. Y'all lying.
I wonder if people go up to him and say, "Are you Blake Banks?" You know?
This dude is walking around. This dude is walking around his life going, "Who the fuck is Blake Banks?"
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm gonna see if we can work something out though.
Yeah, you can be his body double. You can go to stuff he don't want to go to.
I'm with it.
Yeah. Another revenue stream.
I'm a DM, yeah. We're talking new revenue streams. I'm a DM him. Hey, dude, we look. People say we look alike.
What you want to do?
What you think?
Oh, so all right. We've talked about a bunch of stuff. I want to make sure you gotta tell me about the Post Malone thing. This is honest, my train of thought. As I'm going through your videos, like watching stuff, I see it was an album. Well, there were several songs with like the same cover. So I figured they were part of the same project. And it said featuring P, and it said P.O., and that's where it cut off, right? Dot. And I was like, P.O.? It's not Post Malone.
Yeah.
And then I was, I'm convincing myself it's somebody like featuring Poo Poo Potty Pants or some other name that would start with P.O. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Potato Guy or something. And so I click on it, and it says featuring Post Malone. I'm like, hold on. I still didn't believe it. I had to play the song. So I play the song, and then all of a sudden he comes on, and he's calling himself Stoney, and I was like, that's Post Malone. You gotta explain that, bro. You got to explain that.
All right. So, like I said, like I've been doing this shit for a minute, right? So when you work, you know what I mean? Like you just, all right. So there it goes back. All right. So I have an old manager, Chris Hare, who had a friend named Constant who doesn't even do music shit. He does shit for NBA 2K. You know what I mean? He does video game stuff. He used to do music shit. He's like fucking your age. You know what I'm saying? His boy engineers for Kanye West.
Oh.
And he's also about your age. You know what I mean?
Right.
His name's Anthony Kilhofer. And he found Travis Scott.
Okay.
And so I knew Travis Scott before Travis Scott. I already met Travis. So
have you ever seen Travis Scott's deal that he did with the video game Fortnite?
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, that's crazy.
I watched that live.
Travis was a really quiet kid. I never in a million years thought that he'd be, you know what I'm saying? that huge, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's crazy. He's got the youth on lock.
That was insane.
Yeah.
But
so, my homie Constant that did the video game shit linked up with, he was constantly going to video game events. Post Malone's friend, like, was big in Minecraft. His name was, like, Jason, but he was, like, Justin Bieber of Minecraft, you know?
Okay.
And they're from, like, Grapevine, Dallas, right? Mm-hmm. So him and his friend had moved out to, because he had, like, Minecraft money, you know what I'm saying? The kid was, like, pushing an Aston Martin in, like, 18.
Yeah.
And they were both, like, 18. So Post Malone's, like, sleeping on his homie's couch, you know what I'm saying, basically? But his homie's rich as fuck, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, I met him through my homie Constant. He's like, you guys should work together. takes me to this fucking mansion. I'm like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, his friend was loaded. You know what I'm saying? But it's like a mansion with just 18-year-old kids living there. You know what I'm saying? Like, rich off Minecraft money. You know what I'm saying?
It's a content house.
But Post had zero money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, not a dollar. He'd be like, bro, cop him a cigarette. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like for real. Like, and like, that's why it's like, bro, like, when people ask, like, motherfuckers are just normal ass people. Anyways, so like, we started working together and shit like that. And he'd be like, man, just like, buy me some beers or some shit like that, or some squares, and I'll make you beats. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I was like, bro, your beats are hard. He has, keep in mind, he's never released a song.
I didn't know he produced anything.
Yeah, he's never released a song at this point, never done anything, you know?
What up, D. Martin?
Never dropped anything. I've just heard demos of shit that he's, you know what I'm saying, doing. And I'm like, dude, you're dope as fuck, bro. But like, I mean, like, I didn't think he was fucking like GQ, and I didn't think he was gonna be like fucking Justin Bieber. So I was like, I don't know how this is gonna pan out, but like, you're dope and you're my homie, and we fucking have a good time drinking and smoking cigarettes and getting drunk and making songs. So let's do this shit, you know?
Yeah.
So I dropped that album Shameless like a month before he dropped his song White Iverson. So I have an album out with him on it, but he popped off a single because he was living at this house where a lot of influencers were networking and producers were coming through, you know? So he got a hit off like that, and then here I am with the only motherfucker with songs with him, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody else, he's nobody, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it just was just genuine, like, I thought that he was dope, you know?
Yeah.
and I rocked with it, you know?
Well, I have to say, the first thing that I did after I messaged you to confirm the Post Malone features was my oldest son. He'll be 18 in like 2 months. His ex-girlfriend, they dated for a long time, but she's a really sweet girl and huge Post Malone fan. Like, she would, it don't matter at any point in her life, whoever she's with, she would leave him for Post Malone. That's the way she is, right? So I called her and was like, "Hey, I'm interviewing a guy tomorrow who has multiple songs with Post Malone," and she was like, "Shut up, shut!"
I'll leave my boyfriend for Uncle Turtle.
Yeah. So she was all excited. She was crazy. She actually, as soon as she got off the phone with me, she started following you on Instagram.
Okay. Well, have her tell me what's up and follow her back.
Absolutely. So we are going to have another show where we talk about the stuff that's not music, because I was looking into your music. I saw on your Instagram you had a bunch of highlights from different countries, but I never looked at them because I was just worried about the music side of it. But yeah, I'm definitely going to look into all that again, and the merch you're creating. Go ahead and plug all that before we got about 5 minutes left. Plug all that. Tell everybody where to see your music, all the other stuff you're doing.
I made it real easy. BlakeBanks.com. You can go look at all my merchandises there. You can watch all my music videos. You can see my whole discography with Apple Music or Spotify or SoundCloud, so you can listen to it. All on BlakeBanks.com. For vintage clothing, check out deadpeopleshit.com. And on YouTube, you can watch our episodes where we travel around the world and do all types of crazy shit.
That's an awesome name for vintage clothing, by the way.
Yeah, Dead People Shit.
Because that's exactly what it is.
Exactly. Everybody loves it. That we like, and when we typically deal with like older people, and they're like, "What is it?" And we'll be like, "Dead People Shit." And they're like, "I love it." We're like, "All right."
Have you ever thought about eventually having an actual storefront somewhere in LA?
Yeah, we have for our mid-century modern. Her father has a gallery in Monrovia, California. But right now we just do a lot of stuff online and by appointment only because it just makes it easier. And yeah, storefront is just, especially with the whole lockdown and stuff, it's just easier just to do it.
Well, and to me, it would be more. It's more cost efficient to do it online.
Oh yeah, and that's where everybody shops anyways.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Like a storefront is like I feel like once you're like super established and you want to just kind of flex.
Right.
You really don't. You know, like we wake up in the morning and someone in New Zealand or Germany bought a pair of Levi's or some shit like that. You know? So I think selling online is just kind of the future, you know?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just like music and any form of
people still want to go look at stuff. People still want to. What we also do is pop-ups at we just did one of my friend's barbershops, Sir, in Los Angeles and Beverly Hills, and we'll put like a little rack there of curated racks of shirts that and we'll sell them at little spots like that.
Oh, nice.
So people still want to go to a store. I like going to a store. I'm constantly in mom and pop spots, and that's when we're just in Tucson. I'm constantly giving money to those, stores and stuff. So people always want to do stuff like that because that's what I get enjoyment doing. I like going on the hunt for this shit,
Yeah.
Flea markets, swap meets, all that shit.
That sounds like a Gary Vaynerchuk type thing you got going there.
Yeah.
He does that, going to yard sales and they're selling this Hot Wheel for a nickel. I'm going to sell it tomorrow for $3,000.
Yeah, exactly. You can do the same with a T-shirt. You get you a 1990 Tupac T-shirt. You can sell that for about $1,200 right now.
Shoo.
I know, right? Think about all the T-shirts.
Yeah.
That you play, Marilyn Manson, all those, you know what I mean? Like $800 T-shirts, like all those old hip hop ones and stuff.
Now I've got to go through all my stuff and see if I have any of my old concert T-shirts.
Yeah, bro.
Well, man, I really enjoyed talking to you, and I don't think this will be the last time. I definitely want to have you back on, and we'll talk about all the travel and stuff.
I'll come visit you.
That all day, man, all day.
Do a show down there. We're gonna figure it out.
I'm right on I-70 in western Kansas, so it's like if you're driving between Kansas City and Denver.
What's the biggest city that you would go to that you would go to a show in?
The biggest, like Salina or Wichita.
Wichita.
Yeah.
Okay.
I went
to beer bongs, or what is it? Beer bongs and what are you going to do this weekend? Tailgates and Tall Boys.
Yeah, Tailgates and Tall Boys. That's in Illinois.
You're going on a road trip, aren't you?
Dude, by myself.
What is that? 12 hours?
It's like 9 to 10 hours.
You're about to have fun though. It's gonna be a good time.
I'm trying to convince my wife to let me take my oldest son.
Tell him you need a babysitter.
That's what I told her. She was like, "You're going to this concert and there's going to be all these drunk girls." And I was like, "What are you talking about? There's going to be drunk girls."
I hope there's not a bunch of drunk dudes.
Yeah. And I was like, "Well, then let me take Gus." And she was like, "I'm not letting him go because they're going to be all over him if he goes." I'm like,
you gotta experience that.
Yeah. That's why I call him Lil Pimp. He's 6'2", blonde hair, blue eyes.
Take him out there.
He's a straight A student all his life. He wants to be an aeronautical space engineer.
Oh shit. When did he graduate?
He's going this upcoming school year will be his senior year.
Okay, senior year.
When he graduates from high school, he will have enough college credits to be considered a junior in college.
Oh shit, he's smart. He got to get started on it.
Well, that's.
Where's he gonna go? Does he know yet?
Kansas State.
Oh, nice.
They have a big engineering program. But my wife is a high school teacher. She teaches physics and chemistry and all of that. She's the brain when it comes to numbers.
He got the looks from you, huh?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Pimping. All right, bro. I will definitely talk to you soon. I'll probably text you tomorrow, but I definitely want to have you back on. Thank you.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Appreciate it, bro.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Blake Banks. Dude has got more stuff going on than I ever knew, and I knew he had a lot of stuff going on. Follow him. Tell him Turtle sent you. His music is unbelievable, and the other stuff that he does, I've got to look into because it looks just as unbelievable as the music. So, y'all go check him out. Thanks for showing up and hanging out with the Turtle and Blake Banks. Yeah, I had a good time. No cap. Had a good time. I'm going to go drink some more beer now. Everybody stay safe. I love you. Like, subscribe, share it, run the numbers up. I want other people to enjoy this too. As many people possible need to experience what Uncle Turtle is. Yeah. Talk to you later.